Grandfather, who also has a 6-year-old daughter, is in Melbourne for 5 shows at Crown, the first next Monday night.
Silly is wonderful. It's just wonderful. You take one Viagra, and my God, what a wonderful day.
And after 68 years in the spotlight, this frank self-assessment.
Probably a certified wacko. I would believe that. But always remember that behind the wacko beats the brain of someone who knows what they're doing.
And praise for the other Jerry due in town next week.
I don't think anything can hurt Jerry Seinfeld, because Jerry is Jerry. What you see is what he is, and that's what makes him so wonderful.
The 72-year-old also paid tribute to his friend Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra was a world treasure. We lost that. And my good friend.
Lewis says he has no regrets about the past. His hopes for the future simple.
Getting up tomorrow morning. I haven't met that yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Mark Gilly, 7 Nightly News.
Most recognised laughs. Jerry Lewis's movie career has grossed almost $1 billion. He's just finished a Broadway show tour and performs next week at Crown. Perspiration, not inspiration, is his key to success.
I learned what my dad told me, and he was right from the beginning. He said, you got to go out and sweat. You're worth nothing unless you sweat.
His routine was forged on the Las Vegas floorboards. His humour is popular today as it was in the 40s, overcoming language barriers which Lewis says can defeat modern special effects.
I think there's a little panache taken out of the humour. An audience loves to know that you went to the wall to get something to work.
Lewis counted showbiz legends like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin among his friends. He and Martin formed one of comedy's best recognised teams. He's outlived them both and will keep performing as long as the fans want.
I got to stay healthy, work on the treadmill in the morning, stay away from red meat, a lot of sweets.
While not a fan of contemporary sitcoms,
if I see another couch facing the camera, I'll throw up.
Lewis says there's still a need for humour in everyday life.
And I think that the world needs to get a little sillier now. They're getting just too goddamn serious about everything.
Nick Coe, National 9 News.
He's entertained millions during his 52-year career of songs and slapstick, and Jerry Lewis is still smiling.
Looks like the Nuremberg trial, for Christ's sake.
At a press conference at Crown Casino promoting a series of shows next week, Lewis showed the passion that keeps him going.
Monday night, that's what drives me. To go out and see a live audience and then do your thing. It's wonderful.
Lewis hit the big time when he teamed up with Dean Martin in the 1940s.
This is real important.
All righty.
And meeting and performing with greats like Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr.
I think we're an end of an era. I think that Dean and Sammy and Frank and myself were in that glob of performers that loved to walk on stage and perform, that didn't know when it was payday or not.
He says comedy has changed since he started, and his greatest praise for another Jerry about to hit Melbourne.
I don't think anything can hurt Jerry Seinfeld, because Jerry is Jerry. What you see is what he is, and that's what makes him so wonderful.
And his hates? Modern sitcoms.
They use a couch. If I see another couch facing the camera, I'll throw up.
But there is a serious side to Jerry Lewis, raising more than $1 billion towards muscular dystrophy research. His hope to see a cure in his lifetime.
So I got to stay healthy, work on the treadmill in the morning, stay away from red meat, a lot of sweets.
Tim Mitchell, 10 News.
So the Titanic hits the iceberg. The captain is on the bridge in a state of shock. He gets a call, Captain, I got a leak in the engine room, and the captain yelled, permission granted.
I am very serious, and comedy's very serious business. There's nothing funny about it.
Today I played golf. I hit 2 beautiful balls. I stepped on a rake.
How long will you continue to go? 72? Don't you get tired? No?
I haven't done anything yet. Wait till you hear me make some noise soon. I'm going to beat George Burns. That's all I can tell you. George Burns went to 100. I'm planning 101.
Here in
Australia, we know Jerry Lewis best for movies like The Nutty Professor.
Here you are, Stanley. Get everything out of the trunk.
Or The Bellboy.
Bellboy was my desire to make a silent film. It worked because it was physical and easy to understand, and it worked all around the world because it was visual.
Does it make you laugh?
Oh yeah, there are some things that make me laugh. There are some things I'd love to reshoot.
Like what?
Like everything I've ever made.
What about those faces the bellboy made? Can you do one of those?
Yeah,
Can
but you
still
have to
do
pay
it?
for them, Mark.
Okay.
You can have a
How
free
much?
interview, but no, performing you pay for. And you can't afford me.
Or his famous TV routines with the great Dean Martin.
How easy was that working with him?
The best in the world. There was never anyone better. And we had 10 incredibly wonderful years where we would go anywhere in the world and they'd know us. It was just incredible.
Now, at 72 and still going strong, the comic legend has come down under to make us laugh, he hopes. He's playing at Melbourne's Crown Casino, and yes, he's still a card.
Can I get my club soda? For Christ's sakes, I'm dying here.
Hello. What they'll see is everything I know how to do, and I do it on the stage. I've been rehearsing for 67 years. I'm starting to get it right.
When you get up there on stage, do you do it for you or the audience?
First for me. There are some performers that do it strictly for the audience. And they do it in such a manner that the audience knows they're not having a good time. I love what I do.
So what makes you laugh?
Good comedy. Robin Williams gets me crazy. He's incredible. Genius. Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, Steve Martin, Paul Reiser, Martin Short, Tom Hanks. Great performers, great people to do comedy. We got some wonderful people in the racket.
Are we all too serious, do you think?
We need to shake off the seriousness. Everybody's just too damn serious. Yeah. The whole world is so, they're so tight-assed, it's ridiculous. Gotta have some fun.
Murray and Harry love to parachute jump. Harry gets in the door and emulates Murray. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. He pulls the ripcord. The chute doesn't open, and he's on his way down, but fast. Murray just looks up in time and catches him. Now they're looking nose to nose. Harry says, Murray, if you didn't look up, I'd have broke my glasses, torn my sweater. I could have been dead for years. How'd you ever do that? He went, ah. You see, he let go of him.
Lou Sarantonio, who's the entertainment director here, greeted me at the entrance of the hotel when I arrived. And he said, Jerry, we're so happy to have you at the Crown. I said, thank you, Lou. He said, I want you to know something very important. This is not my hotel. This is not your hotel. This is our hotel. I said, let's sell it.
Hi, Nick. How are you, lad? Are you still focused?
Well, it's a very familiar, funny figure greeting our crew and having a bit of a muck around.
Hello, lads. What's your name? Andy. That was my mother's name. Isn't that strange? Where are we going?
Well, Jerry, there's an expression, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I've got a couple of pictures here. If I could just get your reaction to them.
That's a wonderful picture. Jesus Christ, I look 11 years old, don't I? And it was Dean and I made Life magazine, top money act in show business. We were. It was incredible. Oh, well, the reunion. It was 1976 when Frank surprised me.
Come out. Would you send my friend out, please?
I was never so surprised in my life. Everybody knew that Frank was planning this. Everyone. I got 700 on my crew. 700 people kept their mouths shut. Well, you know, there was all those rumors about our breaking up, and then when I started the show and you weren't here, I believed it. We hadn't been together in 20 years. So you working? But on the whole, I'm blessed, because when you go, you lay in that box for a long time doing nothing.
So while I can, I do.